It was a matter of when, not if, David Moyes was going to take over, wasn't it, Steve? What was your reaction to the choice and the length of the contract as well?
I think it's a fantastic choice. I think it's great for any of the coaches now out there, British coaches especially, who are just starting off in the game, in the coaching game, trying to take the licenses, as we talked with Marcel about. And it's important that you see one of them characters go through the system, do their apprenticeship at a club like Everton, have success, and then get a major job, rather than importing foreign managers in that will last for 1, 2 or 3 years. So for me, as a British coach, manager, I think it's fantastic for the game. And the length of contract also.
It's obvious that Mourinho could have not, take over after Alex Ferguson. It would not be fair on the philosophy of the club for the moment, for the meantime. And Moyes will keep that philosophy from the academy to the top team, to the top players, and probably tactically also. Don't forget that Ferguson will stay in the club. He will not give up the club completely. He's still there, and for sure the pressure will be on Moyes, but a positive pressure that is used to handle.
Well, let's head back out there to Amanda, because we haven't heard from Ferguson yet. We haven't heard from Moyes yet, of course. The statement has just been released today. Are we going to hear from either the soon-to-be former manager or the next man in charge over the next few days, Amanda? Do you know anything?
Well, Pedro, Manchester United received a fair amount of criticism for the long, drawn-out process here. It might be the fact that simply they're out of practice installing a new manager. They haven't had to do it for 27 years. Or it might be the fact that actually the statement that they've issued is very comprehensive, including quotes from Sir Alex Ferguson, from David Moyes, from Bobby Charlton, from the Glazers, from David Gill. It's been made very clear in the statement that's come out of the club that it was Sir Alex who recommended David Moyes for the job, and he talks about the utmost respect, how he wanted to install David Moyes as his assistant manager back in 1998. But no, in terms of the standard press conference we would normally have pre-match ahead of United's game against Swansea, we understand that that isn't going to happen. There are still 2 games left of the season here. There's a lot of mutual respect between the 2 clubs and the 2 managers. Before David Moyes is installed, we have Sir Alex's final home game here against Swansea on Sunday, and then, of course, Manchester United's Premier League trophy parade on Monday.
Amanda, thanks for the update from Old Trafford, and stay warm up there. The winds of change are definitely sweeping across Old Trafford. If this was Chelsea, right, they wheel out new managers like we change shirts. But it's Manchester United, and it's been 27 years since they've dealt with this situation. So revolution up there now, you think a slow one?
I don't think revolution. I think it's sustaining the legacy which Sir Alex has created. And I think they've picked David Moyes to continue that. They could have picked others, but I think he epitomises that, as Marcel said, about the integrity, the work ethic. I think they were the 2 main words that I noticed from Sir Alex's comments of David Moyes: integrity, work ethic. You have to have that if you're going to be the manager of Manchester United, that work ethic and that integrity.
And let's see how the players also are going to react to the fact that Moyes now is coming in the job, because, Sir Alex was loved from the players. He was also putting fear on his players. It was a mix of everything. When I was talking with Barthez, with Laurent Blanc and Michael Sylvester, the French who played there, really he handled his players. He handled his players very well. And let's see if Moyes is going to have that capacity to handle top-class player. He's not used to handle the top-class player, where they are very difficult, and we did not get a lot of controversy, against Ferguson and top-class player, or every time you have, switch it.
You know, a lot of people watching us right now are maybe wondering, what's David Moyes done to earn the call and the confidence of Sir Alex Ferguson? But let's delve deeper into that, because Ben Wyatt has more on the man following in Fergie's footsteps.
Yeah, I can give a snapshot of his profile, if you like. We'll do it in numbers, because you know I like numbers. Let's start with number 3. He's the 3rd longest serving manager in the Premier League, with 11 seasons at Everton, behind Ferguson on 27 and Wenger on 17. 3 is also the number. He's the 3-time winner of the Manager of the Year award in England. Only Ferguson can match him on this. 16, that was the age he gave Wayne Rooney a debut when he was playing at Everton, showing a bit of cavalier spirit and trusting the youth there. Of course, Rooney went on to move to Manchester 2 years later. 150, that's the amount of wins he's got in the Premier League. There's only 4 managers who have that amount of wins: Wenger, Ferguson and Harry Redknapp. And finally, he's won 1 league title. In the year 2000, he took Preston North End to 3rd Division champions. So there you go, Pedro.
I've got a number for you as well, 11. That's how many visits Moyes has had to Old Trafford, and 0 is the amount of wins that he's been able to get at the Theatre of Dreams. That has been the theatre of nightmares for him personally. Yeah. Very quickly about Wayne Rooney, because Ben mentioned him. There is a history there between both manager and player. Does that mean he's more inclined to stay or more inclined to go?
As a manager going in, you want to keep Wayne Rooney. You want to keep your best players. And I'm sure he'll know Wayne Rooney very, very well. He'll handle it very, very well. And, you know, when you're a top manager, when you're a top player in a top club, you clash. Yeah. You have conflict. That's normal. That's natural. You know, if you're that competitive and when you're at the top, this will be something which they'll meet, shake hands, it will be forgotten. The transformation, Moyes coming in, as you know as a player, quickly, 1 week it was Ferguson, the next week it's Moyes. They adjust, they get used to it, they adapt, it'll be smooth.
In one word, Marcel, or two, do you expect Rooney to stay or go?
I think he will have to stock with Moyes, because I think he had a small conflict with Ferguson, because with Welbeck, Chicharito and other players, he was not really the first choice of Ferguson, and the turnover that Ferguson was doing towards him was unfair for Rooney. Then let them discuss a little bit, and I'm sure something will come up and Rooney will stay.